We ready?
Got 5 seconds. Hold on.
We're ready, Ms. Calhoun.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to King Middle School's Go Team meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go Team. Only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. For members of the Go Team, please identify yourself when you speak. I am pleased to call this meeting of King Middle School's Go Team to order at 5:03 p.m. Our first order of business is to call roll. The secretary will now take roll.
Good evening, everybody. Kimberly Gibbs.
Here.
Jennifer Bahiga Lewis.
Here.
Adia Pam is present. Annabelle Smith. Latanya Bankston. Ryan McKinney. Tanisha Calhoun.
Present.
Sabine Grant. And Dr. Wanda Boatwright.
Ms. Grant will no longer be with us, Ms. Pam.
Okay,
Present.
thank you.
This team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Mrs. Pam, is there a quorum present?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there's a quorum.
Okie dokie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's
Yes.
see, sorry. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you via email. Are there any changes to the agenda? May I now have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, thank you. We will now review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. The minutes have been provided to you. Are there any corrections? If there are no corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. Thank you. Our first action item, we do not have any action items, but we will now move to our discussion items, which is included on the agenda. And we will begin with Principal Gibbs discussing and reviewing, finalizing, and ranking the strategic objectives.
Okay, so before we do that, we weren't sure if our potential community member was going to make it today. So before we do that, we're going to first hear a little bit about I'm going to tell you a little bit about Lindsay Green, who is here because we do have an open community seat, and that is because our last community member had to step down due to some time constraints. So Lindsay Green is the executive director of After School All Stars. She has worked with the organization for 18 years and has been instrumental in expanding the program, which now serves approximately 3,000 students each day at 23 sites. Before joining After School All Stars, she volunteered at AIM, which is the Aid to Children of Imprisoned Mothers, and served as a member of the Georgia After School Advisory Committee and the local school council for MLK, for our school. She is a graduate of Georgia State University with a Bachelor's of Art in Journalism and has a Master's in Public and Business Administration from Kennesaw State University. All right, so Miss Calhoun, if you can make a motion to determine if Lindsay Green's a good fit. But before we do that, Miss Green, do you have anything that you would like to say to the team?
I would just like to say that I would be excited to be a member of the Go Team for MLK. MLK was the first school that we started After School All Stars with, so it is near and dear to my heart. So it would be an honor to serve.
Okay, thank you, Miss Green. All right, Miss Calhoun.
Okay, so now can we have a motion to approve Mrs. Green as our community member?
Motion to approve.
Any seconds?
I second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. Any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, motion has been approved.
Welcome to the team, Miss Green. So
Welcome,
now,
Ms. Green.
now that
Thank
you have
you.
officially been approved, if there's anything that we will need to vote on, you can officially participate. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I am going to go into our presentation. Thank you guys for doing the pre-work. And because you did the pre-work, we shouldn't be here too long. Okay, y'all know I got problems. Okay, y'all can see everything, right? Every time I come in here, I get an issue. All right, let me put this in presentation mode. Okay. Can y'all still see it? Or is it not in presentation mode?
Not in presentation mode.
Of course not, because this is what happens to me every single time. All right, I got y'all. Hold on one second. Presentation mode, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, this is Go Team meeting 4 of 6. All right. So here is a reminder of our agenda. We've already gotten through a lot of this. Last time we actually created our strategic plan objectives. So this time we will just be finalizing them and voting on them. All right. So our action items today. All right. Discussion items today will be to finalize our plan, which we've already kind of done, but just making sure that that's what we want to have in there, and then to rank our objectives. All right, here's a reminder of what we did at the last few meetings. We reviewed and revised our mission and vision. We only really revised our mission by adding the word empowered. We reviewed our 2025-2030 goals, and we identified our strategic objectives. All right, so here's where we are in the process. All right. here is a reminder of what our goals are for 2030. I'll leave it here for a second so everybody can take a second to kind of look over it. All right. All right, so we will now rank our strategic plan objectives. Thank you guys for doing the pre-work, because the pre-work kind of helps us see what things you guys prioritized and how we can kind of fund those things and if our budget aligns. Right now, our budgets are still not final, so I will give you a sneak peek to King's budget, but we have not made any final decisions on anything. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So here is how it worked out. Here is the graph of how you guys voted, including me. I was part of it. All right. And if you think that's hard to read, I put it in the ranking so it'll be a little bit easier. Okay, so here is how the ranking fell as far as you guys, your voting. You voted as number one priority. Now, don't forget, like, although we're voting on the ranking of these priorities, all of these are priorities for us, clearly. Objectives, they were formerly priorities, but all of these are objectives for us, but we're now just ranking them as to which one we need to prioritize. All right. So number one was use data to drive instructional decisions to increase student achievement. Number two was focus on teaching daily lessons by utilizing the instructional framework with rigor and fidelity. And then we had two tied for number three, and they were optimizing the work setting and culture through continuous evaluation and improvement efforts, and implementing the IB framework to connect learning to real world context. So really quickly, we will have a discussion about which one of those we actually want to make 3 and which one we actually want to make 4. Anybody can come off on mute.
I would love to see implementing the IB framework go above optimizing the work setting and culture through continuous evaluation and improvement efforts. Since we are IB school, I just feel like that kind of needs to be one of the top 3 priorities.
I second that.
Agree. IB framework with the teaching of the ATL skills and helping students develop who they are as students is directly tied to the instructional framework.
Okay, anybody got feeling any other way?
I don't have strong feelings about it one way or the other. I think I actually flipped those two only because I think that almost for the same reason that you all are saying, because we are an IB school, I do feel that that's already integrated in everything that we do and how we approach everything. So as we focus, I think that's why I kind of switched the ranking on those two, but I don't feel strongly either way.
Okay. All right. So if this is how you want number 1, 2, 3, and 4, then I'm good with it. Okay. We had a tie for 5th place. So now we have to figure out which one is going to be 5, 6, and 7. So we have promoting equitable access and driving greater student involvement across all enriching and supporting activities, both academic and non-academic. And then we had implement a student success team that supports social emotional learning and utilizes restorative practices to increase student attendance and engagement. And then we have achieve a culture of positive collaboration across students, staff, families, and stakeholders by implementing and sustaining transparent communication practices.
I like keeping promoting equitable access as number 4. And then I would maybe
Number 5.
switch.
Yep.
I mean, as number 5, apologies. And then I might put achieve a culture at number 6 and then implement at number 7.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm looking back at the strategic goals for us, and since attendance rate, improving the attendance rate is a goal of ours. I would move implementing to the first, the number 5, and then, it's tough.
Maybe implement as number 5 and then promoting equitable access as number 6.
Yes.
I was
Okay.
thinking the same thing because
Yeah.
not only the student attendance, but like when you talk about the student success team, part of that teamwork is working with the students who we are really like, that's the heavy lift for us. So those are the students that we have to put in a position in order to academically, like we have to give them all the tools in order to actually achieve academic success.
I'm sorry, friends. I didn't want to end y'all's discussion. Okay, so I'm gonna change it on here just based on what you guys said and then tell me what you think. Oh no. All right, so this is what you guys are thinking, and then making this number 7. Correct me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I do agree with the attendance piece. We can't teach kids who aren't here. So we need them here. I know the words promoting equitable access can make it seem as though, but this is in to get students more involved, right? But it's not necessarily in the classroom with the instructional engagement, right? That was already at the top, as far as student achievement, because we do have a focus on our subgroups, but that was already at the top. Okay. All right. So last 2 is enhance. Oh, are we good with this, guys? Everybody's good with this order? If not, speak up. And Ms. Green, you're allowed to participate now. So if you want to say, if you have a feeling either way, I know it's like new to you. You're like, oh, what?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it all as we go.
Okay. No worries.
So far, so good though. We're good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Last 2. Is which one do we want 8 and which one do we want 9? Remember, we are going to focus on all of them. However, we just need to decide which ones where will the bulk of our budget go. That's basically what that's about. Okay, so enhance and sustain a school environment where all students, staff, families, and stakeholders feel physically safe, emotionally supported, and mentally cared for and genuinely welcomed, or developing and nurturing staff expertise.
I just want developing, nurturing staff expertise at number 8. I just don't like it to be last. I don't like the other one to be last either, but I like my teachers and my staff better. I want
Yeah.
I want more from my teachers and staff. That's all.
I will defer to whatever our staff and teachers in the group feel is most important, but I tend to agree with the Dia there as well. And only keeping in mind that everything is important and we're working on everything at the same time. But I think one begets the other. And so I agree with having staff expertise as a priority to ensure we get a school environment where everyone is safe and supported.
Okay, so is this what you guys are thinking?
That was a good way to put it, Ms. Lewis, because I was torn. So I think this is.
All right, you guys are little smarty pants. Okay, we are rocking and rolling. So just please take a look at the way we ranked our objectives. We want to make sure that this is what we want as a team. This is what we will share with our staff and our community as how we ranked our priorities. Okay, I like it. All right. So now we're just gonna vote. We're gonna vote if this is what we want. And so Miss Pam is gonna take down the vote and Miss Calhoun's gonna start the vote. Just making a motion. And go back.
You're on mute, Ms. Calhoun.
Thank you. May we have a motion to approve our 2026-2027 strategic plan objectives ranking?
I motion to approve.
I second that motion.
Okay, do we have, all of those who do not approve, say aye? I mean, those, if you approve, sorry,
All of those in favor?
all those in favor?
I love y'all.
This is so not professional. I'm so sorry.
Gotcha,
Okay.
friend.
If you do not approve, any nays? If there are any abstentions, please say abstain. Okay, our strategic 2026-27 strategic plan objectives rankings have been approved.
All right, team. All right, so here is our little sneak peek, friends. This is our sneak peek at our budget. So I am not going to get too deep into this because don't worry, we'll have plenty of budget meetings to get deep into this, okay? But the first column you'll see it was our budget, is our proposed budget for 2027 based on our leveling, based on our projected enrollment of 923 students. We currently have 870, okay? So, but last year's budget, remember is the second column. Remember that our projection was 932 and we actually, around in September, we were actually 850 something. Okay. So we are going to be about 9 down from what our projected in 2026 was, but not what our current enrollment is. Okay. Does that make sense? All right, and you can see that their district has made some shifts and some changes, but we didn't really feel a lot of that in a negative way. So we're really happy about where we stand with our proposed projected budget. And as we get into the budget discussion, we will make decisions on what we need to do if something needs to happen, okay? All right.
Gotcha.
Welcome, Ms. Smith.
I apologize for my lateness. I'm in Central Time and got confused.
It's okay, no worries. Okay, so before we are going to end quickly, but I do want to go back and review a little bit of data with you guys, but I'm going to get through the rest of this stuff, okay? So what's coming up next? In February, we will take action on our draft budget, okay? And then our cluster superintendent will review, and then our human resources, we will have our human resources staffing conferences between February 23rd and February 27th. In March, we will have our final Go Team approval meeting, and that will be after my staffing conference, but before March 13th. And we will take action on the final budget, okay? You guys always do such a great job, like having good discussions about what we need to do for the budget, so. Any questions so far? Okay. All right, so we do have a little bit of a principals report, not much, but always a good time to talk about our data. Okay, so really quickly, at the top, you'll see that this was our CCRPI score for 24-25, and then you'll see our CCRPI score for 23-24. The reason why I'm showing you this is because when we last met, we did not have a final number score, and so now we can have our final number score. And shout out to my staff because they and my babies, my kids, because they worked so hard that we increased our CCRPI score by 14 points. Now, if we would have got that 0.3, it would have been 15 points, but it's okay. We'll take the 14 point something. What is it, Ms. Mason? 14.8. So we'll take that, but we are very, very proud of that. We just have to repeat that. Okay, so this is just a little reminder of what our content mastery score is this year. And if you look in the, if you look in the corner, you can see, if I get y'all back to the screen, you can see. If you look in the corner, you can see the green arrow that goes up where it says 51.6. You'll see how many points we increased from last year. That was an increase of 9.8. So we are very proud of that. Everywhere increased. Science with their 23-point increase, like people worked hard. That's only 8th grade science, by the way. All right. And so now you can see our progress score. Our progress score increased by 5.4 points. Okay. And it gives you a little summary of what that means. It's the academic growth in ELA and math. It uses student growth percentiles, which compare a student's growth to that of their academically similar peers. And then it also measures the English learner progress and how they're progressing towards English language proficiency. All right. And this is our closing the gap scores. Pretty phenomenal. Hard to go up from that, but as long as we can maintain. Last year, our progress score was 39. And this year, our progress score is 100. The progress score is determined by the improvement targets, us meeting our improvement targets, okay? And as you can see, in any of the subgroups, if you see a star inside, that means we exceeded our target. I mean, they worked pretty hard.
Ms. Gibbs, can I ask a question? This is
Sure.
Ms. Smith. Can you go back the slide before?
Sure.
I noticed the math score went down just a little bit, and I was wondering, is that all grade levels or just one of the grade levels?
So it's an overall score. So it's hard to explain.
Sure.
Their content mastery went up, right? So what actually happens is their progress towards their particular growth percentiles.
Yeah.
So, the higher you are, the harder it is to show that growth.
Yes, ma'am.
And they may have progressed, but they may not have progressed and met their target. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
I was also just going to offer that the kids that are in 7th grade, including one of my children, had like really low math scores in their 5th grade and was on the Go team there. And they attributed that Mr. White, the principal at the time, did a lot of like research trying to figure that out, and that they were in 2nd and 3rd grade during COVID school. And so really struggling with math. So I just wanted to offer that as in case, someone else in the district hasn't shared that you have a large class in 7th grade that is struggling in math in general. So just wanted to offer that, and also to say woohoo and great job and 100 on the next screen. I love to see it, and I hope the district also loved to see it.
They did. They actually did. We've gotten a lot of celebrations for it. But I do wanna piggyback off of what you said, Ms. Smith. Like I've shared many times with our families, our students who are in 6th grade accelerated math, they are receiving 6th and 7th grade standards. But at the end of the year, they're taking only a 6th grade Georgia Milestone test. Same thing for 7th grade. Our 7th grade students are receiving 7th and 8th grade standards, but at the end of the school year, they're only taking a 7th grade test. Where that differs is in 8th grade. In 8th grade, our students who are in algebra, which is the equivalent of accelerated, they actually take both tests. So they take the algebra test, and they also take the grade level 8th grade test. Did I get that right, Ms. Bankston? Okay, so typically 6th and 7th grade, they don't score as high as the 8th graders because the 8th graders are actually being able to take both tests, and we'll be able to see. Now, the thing is with the 8th graders who take the 8th grade test, they do not, their algebra test, their algebra scores actually go to the high school. but their 8th grade math scores stay here. So shout out to my 8th grade math teachers, because what they do with that is while they're teaching algebra to the 8th grade that's in that algebra class, they're also spiraling back in those 8th grade standards. Same thing with our 6th and 7th grade math teachers. They know that at the end, the students have to show the proficiency for that grade level that they're in. So they've done a good job of ensuring that they're spiraling back to that stuff, the material, even though they covered it at the beginning of the year. So our professional learning community meetings this week have been really interesting and exciting, because they've been talking about how they're going to spiral those things back in for the next 51 days. We're 51 days away from Georgia Milestone. Okay, that's our closing the gap score. All right, and this is our readiness score. Our readiness score is up 2 points. I would love to see this up even more points. Student attendance is important. We got to get our kids here. And you see that our increase of students who are reading at or above grade level increased by 4 points. So we're really excited about that score. All right. All right, school updates. That's you, Ms. Calhoun. Oh, any questions about our data? So I didn't really put MAP data in here because we did take MAP back in December. We use that more as a teaching tool this semester. We're not taking it in March. Because we don't need any more time away from our instruction. So we are preparing our students for their big event, which is them showing and celebrating everything they've learned this year on the Georgia Milestone. Okay, Ms. Calhoun.
Okay, so our announcements are as follows. We are currently taking our access testing for our EL students. We will have this concluded by February 25th. Our first semester awards program will be tomorrow, January 30th. We will host a Keene Middle School sneak peek night for our rising 6th graders on February 3rd. The 8th graders will attend a field trip to tour Maynard Jackson High School on Wednesday, February 4th. And our January PBIS event will be a silent party, and this will be for all students who currently has a minimum of 300 points in our live school platform. This is a platform where students earn points.
And shout out to the Prowler Pack. Sorry, Ms. Calhoun. Shout out to the Prowler Pack, who said, we asked them what incentives they wanted, and they said, oh, we really liked when we had that silent party in 6th grade, and they wanted us to bring it back. So it's back. Sorry, Ms. Calhoun.
That's okay. Our basketball season is still in full swing. We are currently in the playoffs. We will host a game tonight. We will play tonight at 7:15 against Drew at Douglas High School. And Saturday school will happen this Saturday for enrichment and remediation. It's not just for remediation. We want to make sure that students can come for enrichment activities or lessons as well. It will begin, is it from 9 to 12, Bankston? 9 to 12. And
Yes.
Winter break is February 16th through the 20th. Our next Go Team meeting is February 12th at 5 p.m. And like Principal Gibbs said, there are 51 days to our milestones testing. Are there any additional announcements?
Nope, there's 51 days for 6th and 8th grade, and there's actually 56 days for 7th grade. But we just they're gonna be prepared for 51.
Gotcha. Okay, so we have reached the end of our agenda. Are there any additional business? Is there any additional business at this time? May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
A second?
I second. This
Oh,
is
I'm
Anna.
sorry. Look at me. Jumping ahead. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed, raise your hand. Any abstentions? Okay, meeting is adjourned.
All right, you guys, during our next meeting, we'll present the proposed budget.
Go Jags.
Thank you.
All right, go. Everybody go to the game. Everybody get your stuff. I'm gotta go to Benteen's PTA meeting, but everybody else go to the game. All right, guys.
Kids,
Thank
real
you.
quick, around what time will y'all call Saturday school? I know there's supposed to be some weather coming in possibly on Saturday, like early morning maybe. So just kind of throwing that out there just in case, because I was planning on driving the child to it, but just in case.
Well, we'll call it probably Friday tomorrow. We'll look at the
Okay.
weather and see if it's still coming in, because I don't want to wait till the last minute.
Gotcha.
Are we off, George? Oh, no.
No, it looks like it looks like it's still on YouTube, perhaps.
We're
It
still
says
on,
it at the top.
looks like.
Okay. And Gibbs, you recorded, right, for me from the notes. You're on
You're
mute,
muted.
so whatever you say.
You know, I said something slick. I said, don't I always take care of you?
Be good thing you're on mute. Okay, that's all. I
Miss
just
George
wanted
is
to
doing
make
double.
sure.
Okay, she's doing double duty, so let me make sure she knows that we're complete.
We're still live.
Oh, okay.
I guess if we all hang up and end the Zoom, it'll go off.
Well, Ms.
Right.
Gibbs, I have a question for you too. Should I
Call me.
just, okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.